You can disappear for a while, and nothing really changes. No one asks where you went. No one notices the silence you leave behind. And slowly, a thought begins to settle in. Asterisk, maybe I'm not that important. Asterisk, not special, not needed, just replaceable. But where does that feeling actually come from? And why does it feel so real, even when it might not be? It doesn't always show up loudly. Sometimes it's subtle, like when a conversation moves on without you, and no one circles back, or when someone cancels plans, and you tell yourself, it's fine, but something in you tightens. You start noticing patterns. You reply fast. They reply late. You remember details. They forget. And your brain quietly begins collecting evidence. Not consciously, but carefully. One moment doesn't hurt, but dozens of them start forming a story that says, you're optional, you're easy to replace, you don't really matter that much. And the strange part is, this belief doesn't just stay in your thoughts. It begins shaping your behavior. You speak less. You hesitate more. You don't ask for what you need, because somewhere inside, you've already decided. Asterisk, why would they choose me anyway? Asterisk. And over time, this changes how you see yourself. Not as someone with value, but as someone who can be swapped out without consequence. But this isn't random. There's a pattern underneath it. What if this feeling is not a flaw? What if it's actually an adaptation? Because your brain doesn't create beliefs for no reason. It creates them to protect you. Feeling replaceable might seem painful, but it can also serve a purpose. If you believe you're easy to lose, you try harder to stay. You become more agreeable, more attentive, more careful. It's a strategy, a way of securing connection in environments where connection once felt uncertain. So instead of seeing this as something broken, you can begin to see it as something learned, something your brain picked up, because at some point, it made sense. But here's the deeper question. Why does your brain hold on to this belief? Even when your reality may have changed. Your brain runs on prediction. It's constantly asking, what should I expect from people? What role do I play here? And it builds those answers based on past experiences. This is called predictive processing. Your brain doesn't just react to reality. It predicts it, and then looks for evidence to confirm those predictions. Here's the metaphor. Your mind is like a movie projector. It doesn't just watch the world. It projects a script onto it. If your internal script says, I'm replaceable, then your brain starts scanning for scenes that match that story. It highlights ignored messages, missed calls, small signs of disinterest, and it filters out everything that contradicts it. Compliments feel temporary. Kindness feels polite, not genuine. This is known as confirmation bias. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to stay consistent. Because consistency feels safe, even when it's painful. Now add another layer. Attachment patterns. If early relationships taught you that attention was inconsistent or conditional, your brain learned. Connection is unstable. I need to earn my place. So now, as an adult, you don't just fear being replaceable. You expect it. And expectations shape perception, which shapes behavior, which quietly reinforces the same belief again. A loop. So the real question becomes, how do you step out of that loop without forcing yourself to believe something you don't feel yet? Instead of trying to fix the feeling, you work with the mechanism behind it. 1. Separate signals from stories, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Notice when something happens, and pause before interpreting it. Example, someone doesn't reply. Instead of, they don't care about me, you say, asterisk, they haven't replied yet. Asterisk. Why it works? Your brain automatically fills gaps with meaning. This is driven by the default mode network, which constructs narratives to make sense of uncertainty. By separating facts from interpretation, you interrupt that automatic storytelling. 2. Track contradictions, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Actively look for moments that disprove your belief. Small things count. Someone checking in. Someone remembering something about you. Why it works? Confirmation bias only weakens when you consciously expose your brain to disconfirming evidence. You're not forcing positivity. You're restoring balance and perception. Example, you assume you're forgettable, but then notice someone bringing up something you said last week. That moment matters. 3. Reduce overcompensation, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Notice where you're trying too hard to secure your place. Over-explaining, over-apologizing, over-giving. Then gently pull back. Why it works? Overcompensation reinforces the belief that your value is conditional. In behavioral psychology, this creates a reinforcement loop. You give more, feel temporarily secure, but reinforce the idea that you must give more to matter. Example, instead of writing a long message to keep someone engaged, you send a simple response and let the silence exist. 4. Build internal referencing ***. What to do? Start asking, what do I think about myself here? Instead of, what do they think about me? Why it works. This shifts your brain from external validation to self-referential processing. It reduces dependence on unpredictable social feedback. Example, you share an idea. Instead of scanning faces for approval, you ask, did I express this clearly? Did it feel true to me? That becomes the anchor. 5. Stay present in connection ***. What to do? When you're with someone, focus on the interaction itself, not what it means about your value. Why it works. Your brain tends to future project. Will they leave? Am I enough? This activates anxiety circuits in the amygdala. By staying present, you engage the prefrontal cortex, which grounds you in actual experience instead of imagined outcomes. Example, instead of thinking, do they like me? You notice the tone of their voice, the flow of conversation, the moment itself. The feeling of being replaceable isn't just about other people. It's about the story your brain has learned to tell. A story built from patterns, reinforced by attention, protected by repetition. But here's the shift. You don't need to destroy the story. You just need to stop letting it be the only one. Think of your mind like a lens. Right now, it's slightly tilted, not broken, just angled in a way that makes certain things more visible than others. Your job isn't to force a new image. It's to slowly adjust the angle so you can see more of what's already there. You were never meant to prove your irreplaceability by holding everything together or by making yourself smaller so others stay comfortable. The truth is quieter than that. Not everyone will choose you. Not everyone will notice you. But that was never the measure of your worth. Because being replaceable only exists in systems where people are interchangeable. And you're not a role. You're not a function. You're a presence. And presence isn't something that can be swapped out so easily. So the next time that thought appears, I don't really matter that MUC. Don't rush to fight it. Just pause and ask, is this the only story I'm allowed to see? And let that question stay with you a little longer.